best, you got him for a breast. Often imitated, never duplicated. The greatest show under the world of outlaws.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back tonight to the Dre Broadcasting Network as we go back side by side with the Extreme Motorsports 99.com Truck Series. We are coming to you live here tonight at AutoClub Speedway for the AutoClub 20th Anniversary, Round 7 of the Extreme Motorsports 99.com Camping Road Truck Series, brought to you by the Extreme Motorsports 99. I'm your commentator, Sean Zulu, and joining me up here in the booth as usual is my partner in crime, David Everly. How you doing tonight, Dave?
Doing pretty good. How you doing, Sean?
Oh, doing good too, thank you. Well, we are ready to get back into the truck series after taking a break last week for the Thanksgiving break, but now back here for some more action, and we hope that you guys there in the chat are just as excited as we are here tonight. Well, Dave, what are we dealing with tonight?
Same weather as last night, 78 degrees, track temperature 78 degrees, partly cloudy.
Yep, and the drivers tonight, as usual, do have a 50% fuel limit as well. That is a 50% fuel limit as well. So we will have at least 3 to 4 required pit stops in order for the drivers to be able to make it the full length of the way, 136 laps. That is 136, with drivers running all the way from about 39-second lap times all the way down to about 41 seconds as the run goes on, because the tires do go away pretty quickly at this track, especially with how much speed they carry and the little banking that the track has. Just a recap from the last race that we had the week before last. The recap, that was the WinStarOnlineGaming.com. That's the WinStarOnlineGaming.com Texas Motor Speedway. Unfortunately, we had some technical difficulties there and could not bring you the live action. But Hunter McDaniel did bring it home for the first win of the season on his part. We have Curtis Vomerso came out second, Adam Eisenhower third, Marty Ray fourth, Tyler Loriano came out fifth, Zachary Kreiser sixth, Brian Wasserman 7th, Tommy Amasi 8th, Doug Blackman 9th, and Christian DeFalco did round up the top 10. And also moving on to our current point standings, Curtis Vollmer still leading in points. Zachary Kreiser second in points, still second in points. Bobby Tinch going from 4th place to 3rd place in points this week. That is Bobby Tinch. Adam Eisenhower from 5th place to 4th place this week. Tommy Amasi from 6th up to 5th place. Garrett Robinson from 3rd place to 6th. We have Hunter McDaniel, last week, the last race winner, 7th in points from 13th to 7th. So it looks like Hunter McDaniel is new to the top 10 this week. Marty Ray from 11th place to 8th place, new to the top 10 this week as well. Tommy Amasi from 8th place to 9th. And Dakota Craig from 9th place to 10th place, rounding up the top 10 in the point standings. And ladies and gentlemen, this is round number 7 of 10. This is the regular race season before a 5-race chase series coming up. So we have 3 more races before the chase begins. Well, going there into the chat, welcome ladies and gentlemen. We see a lot of you typing it up in the chat. We're going to give a lot of shout outs. So if you have not yet already, say something in the chat. Say hello. Let us know who you're rooting for here tonight. And we will be more than happy to talk about you here in the broadcast. We have Joshua Gillen, the 40 of Joshua Gillen had a heck of a race last night in the Pro Can-N series. And welcome back, Joshua. Pat T is back. Welcome back, Pat T. And looking at Joshua Gillen not feeling too well tonight. Oh, Joshua, man, just yeah, like Pat T said, yeah, just do your best, man, and we do hope that you feel better soon. We have Garrett Robinson as well in the chat. Welcome back, Garrett. Mason Whitesaw is here in the chat as well. Good to see you there, Mason. 57i Racing, long race tonight, absolutely. And welcome to you too as well, brother. Hope you're doing good. Vern Bradley as well is in the chat. Good to see you guys. And also we have the Dirty South 276. Welcome back, Dirty South. Good to see you. We are hoping everybody in the chat is doing well. Make sure you guys have enough popcorn and refreshments to take you the whole entire race. Because trust me, with the amount of action we saw last night in the Pro Can-N series, Pro Can-N cars, we'll be seeing a lot more action here tonight. Because as a lot of drivers have stated in the interviews that we've had with them, the trucks do seem to be a little bit more forgiving. At the same time, the drivers can push them more, which does allow a lot more racing. So with that said, hang on to your seats, ladies and gentlemen. It will be quite the race. Well, so far, a few seconds here left in the qualifying session. Marty Ray is the post sitter tonight, and we do seem to have a new viewer tonight, a new face. That is going to be Paul Davis. Paul Davis, the 51. First race for Paul Davis here tonight at AutoClub Speedway for the AutoClub 20th anniversary, round 7 of the Extreme Motorsports 99.com track series. And Dakota Craig as well in the chat. Welcome back, Dakota Craig. Good to see you. Well, the pole sitter tonight, once again, is 65 of Marty Ray, about 13 of Gary Whitson starting second, 81 of Travis Pryor, leader of the Pro Can-N Series, third, Zachary Kreiser, fourth, Cody McFadden, fifth. We have Ken Ladd starting sixth, the 50 of Scott Mitten, seventh, Hunter McDaniel, eighth, the 43 of Tyler Loriano, 9th, and 74 of Greg Bradshaw in the 10th place position, rounding up the top 10. The 17 of Tommy Haynes, 11th, the 40 of Joshua Gillen, 12th, the 10 of Bryce Whitson Jr., 13th, 86 of Adam Eisenhower, 14th, the 66 of Bobby Tinch, 15th, the 59 of David White, 16th, we have Dakota Craig, 17th, Brent Kuo, 18th, Tyler Hallman, 19th, 28 of Chris Voiles in the 20th place position, rounding up the top 20. The 33 of Vernon Markheim, 21st. The 18 of Rick Donathan, 22nd. The 25 of Doug Blackman, 23rd. The 36 of Jason Eisenhower, 24th. The 23 of Jim Kelly, 25th. We have Kerry Cleaver, 26th. Garrett Robinson, 27th. Tommy Emasi, 28th. Curtis Vollmer, 29th. And Ethan Kurtz rounding out the top 30. The 7 of Gary Woolbot, 31st. Chris Thorman, 32nd. Andy Starcher, 33rd. Don Kidder Jr., 34th, being the last driver qualifying here tonight. And rounding up the rest of the field will be Garrett Helmlinger, including Paul Davis, giving us a 36 truck field here tonight at Auto Club for the Auto Club 20th anniversary race right here, round 7 of the Extreme Motorsports 99.com Truck Series. Well, going up front here so far, still being led by Marty Ray and Travis Pryor with the new Top Gun machine. The Toyota Tundra is warming up those tires, getting ready for this amazing start. Lap number 1 coming up here before too long. And Gone Fishing TV as well in the chat. Welcome back, Gone Fishing TV. Good to see you again. It's been a while. Well, exiting turn 4 this time by, ladies and gentlemen, the first green flag of the evening about to drop with Marty Ray controlling the pace. The pace car dips off. The driver is tied up behind him. He finds that gas pedal. Great start by Marty Ray. He does catch Whitson and Travis Pryor off guard, and they are now side by side this time by before turn 1. Green flag, lap 1 of the Auto Club 20th anniversary race here tonight, round 7 of the Extreme Motorsports Truck Series. And already drivers trying to take advantage of these new tires. This is the maximum grip they will have all night long here tonight. We have Cody McFadden being approached by the 11 of Ken Ladd. Ken Ladd in turn being approached by the 57 of Hunter McDaniel. And for the back here in this pack, 50 Scott Mitten, Gregory Bradshaw, Joshua Gillen, 43 Laureano, Tommy Haynes. We have Adam Eisenhower, Bryce Whitson Jr., and Bobby Tinch. These drivers single file so far, just trying to buy their time. Only 2 laps in, 135 laps remaining. And Dave, for the back here in the pack, we already have some drivers deciding to kind of just, back it down. For example, Jim Kelly. We have Jim Kelly, the 42 of Andrew Combs. Actually, didn't see Andrew, but Andrew is racing here tonight as well. But Andrew Combs as well is just backing it down right now, letting the faster traffic by so far. Just trying to take it easy. So like, oh, big wreck up front. And the caution flies on lap number 3. Gonna see exactly who got a piece of the action. The 50 of Mitten got a piece of it. 13 as well did get a piece of the action. That's Gary Whitson. Gonna see exactly where it started. Let's focus on the 50 of Scott Mitten. See what happened.
Well, as we are actually focusing here on the 13 of Gary Whitson, Scott Mitten right behind him as Scott Mitten looks to go the outside. Contact made. Both up into the outside wall. But everybody else looks like, well, got a few that made contact, so there's going to be a few damaged trucks out there, Sean.
Absolutely, man, and that was unfortunate. It actually started with the 57 of Hunter McDaniel, who smacked the wall in front of the 13 of Whitson, and Whitson had to back it down, and because of the speed difference between him and the 50 of Mitten, that did cause quite the reaction. But unfortunately, indeed, very unfortunate incident for all drivers involved in that. But that definitely could have been worse. So great job to the drivers' awareness, making that not worse than it actually was. Well, going back up front here, we are still being led by 65 of Marty Ray, Travis Pryor 2nd, Zachary Kreiser 3rd, Cody McFadden 4th, Ken Ladd 5th, and so far rounding up that top 5. And ladies and gentlemen, I did mention there, we did mention in the beginning how this is round number 7 of 10 for the regular race season before the chase begins. And with that said, we have some drivers already locked into the chase. Gonna go through a couple of names here. We have Zachary Kreiser, Curtis Vollmer, Tommy Haynes, Tyler Holman, Bryce Whitson Jr., Hunter McDaniel. These drivers locked in so far due to having a win, or due to the wins. We have Bobby Tinch, Adam Eisenhower, Tommy Haynes, Garrett Robinson, Marty Ray, Dakota Craig. But this is updated following the last race at Texas Motor Speedway. So with that said, things could change because we still have 3 more races here before the chase begins. And these drivers do know that. And something tells me it is go time this time for the drivers, points-wise, that is. So we're going to be seeing a lot more take than give. And Jay Pryor in the chat. Welcome back, Jay Pryor. And great race last night in the Pro K&N cars. And on pit road, we have Hunter McDaniel, Gary Woobot, Chris Thorman, Tommy Amasi, Don Kidder Jr., Andy Starcher, Gary Whitson, Scott Mitten, Jason Eisenhower, all down pit road. But some drivers, actually as a result of that incident there, we have at least 4 drivers being shown 1 or more laps down, namely Gary Whitson, who is still on pit road getting towed or getting damage fixed, Scott Mitten, Jason Eisenhower, Ethan Kurtz, all being shown 1 or more laps down. That is very unfortunate early on for these drivers. But Dave, the good thing about this is that the race is still very, very young. A lot still needs to be done. But already up front here, we have some drivers already trying to think about some strategies, fuel strategies, that is. We have some drivers saving some gas. Zachary Kreiser, McFadden, Ken Ladd clutching those trucks in, trying to maximize the fuel economy on these things. And unfortunately, the 50 of Scott Mitten has retired for the night on lap number 6. That is very unfortunate. Hopefully, we have him back before the race is over. Oh man, the new driver here tonight, 51 of Paul Davis, has come a very, very long way after starting pretty much dead last, 37th, and is currently in the 13th place spot. Is not stopping just there, and once the green flag flies a second time, something tells me we should see him up front. So we're gonna be seeing exactly what Paul Davis has in terms of competition. Well, this time he's showed us that he can get the job done. He has come a very, very long way, and starting right behind Dakota Craig on this restart. And speaking of this restart up front, we are still being led by Marty Ray with the help of Zachary Kreiser on the outside line. Travis Pry with the help of 64 of Cody McFadden. We are going green this time around.
Yeah, we saw this 81 and Travis Pryor have a great run last night in the K&N cars here at Auto Club, leading over 90 of 136 laps. So he's wanting to get out front here to see if he can do it, go for 2 in a row here, back to back, here in the Truck Series. So, but I tell you what, Marty Ray's not going to make that easy for him. Neither is Zachary Kreiser. I mean, we've got some big names. There's Cody McFadden, Ken Ladd. You got Adam Eisenhower, David White's here, Chris Boyles. So, I mean, he's got a lot of competition out there.
Oh, yes, he does. We're going to see exactly how he handles that. With the draft being way stronger with these machines, that's going to make it extra difficult for him to do exactly what he did last night. And that pace car dips off. Marty Ray finds that gas pedal. Gets a great restart once again. Travis Pryor trying to go to the inside to defend that spot against Zachary Kreiser, but he's not clear anymore. And Zachary Kreiser does have his inside line here entering turn number 1. They will go side by side this time around. And for the back in the pack right behind them, Cord McFadden trying to play catch up. Oh man, Zachary taps that apron, which does shoot him up the track a little bit, and as a result he does lose some speed, and because of that Travis Pryor will lead a slight nose on the back straightaway. Look at that, some new drivers here in the top 10. We have Adam Eisenhower, Joshua Gillen, Bryce Whitson Jr., including David White, new to the top 10 in only 8 laps, with only 8 laps in. And it's very unusual to see David White up here this early, but it is showing that Top Gun motorcycle trading machine, that Chevy Silverado. It does have a lot of power, and is not afraid to use it. He is on the outside of the 28 of Chris Voyles. Chris Voyles here in that Hardy's machine, right in front of 17 of Tommy Haynes. And keep in mind, ladies and gentlemen, the draft is very strong. We have some 3 wide in front here. It's going to be among the 40 of Gillen. Actually, they end up going back double wide, but Gillen to the inside of 43 of Laureano. And Joshua Gillen's machine already with some scratches on it, or dents. And Dave, last night, something we did not see was the outside coming to life, what we did at one point for about 5 laps in the Pro Can-N cars. And towards the very end, we talked to some drivers who talked about how the inside was the place to be all race long. But something tells me tonight, Dave, that might be different.
Well, I mean, different vehicles, so anything's possible, Sean.
Yep, we are about to find out exactly what happens here before too long. Only 10 laps in. The drivers, I should say the majority of the field, did decide to stay out. And as we speak, the 40 of Gillen drafting off the 10 of Bryce Whitson Jr., Dakota Craig here in this mix, Laureano in this mix, David White in this mix. And this is now a cluster, a 4-truck pack, actually 5-track pack this time. And the draft is very strong, and up front, a battle for the race lead. 81 of Travis Pryor gets around the 65 of Marty Ray. Looks like Marty Ray topped the outside wall, and he lost 2 spots to Travis Pryor and Kreiser.
Well, we saw what happened with Travis Pryor when he got out front last night. Let's see if he can continue that luck here, as he's become the new race leader here on lap 11, coming on lap 12 of 136.
Yeah, but as we see right now, Dave, as a result of Marty Ray's mistake on the exit of turn 2, he is really falling back. Yeah, he is feeling the negative consequences of the impact of that damage. He has lost the lead. He's now losing his 3rd spot, and that is going to be to the oh, they make contact. He makes contact with the 11 of Ken Ladd, and that shoots him up the track, but the green flag is still out. No harm done. Marty Ray way under speed. He is staying high and letting the faster traffic by. It is very, very sad to see 465 of Marty Ray, but he is really in desperate need of a caution so he can be able... Oh, he taps the apron, goes a little bit sideways. Oh man, it seems to be getting worse for him. He stays high, and 59 of David White goes to his inside line behind the 74. Greg Bradshaw has found a roadblock. He backs it down for now and will try and pounce on a later stage.
Just kind of going back through the field here. We got a little bit of a pack here. It's got the 18 of Rick Donovan in it. I see Tommy Amassi's there. New driver Paul Davison there as well. Doug Blackman, Curtis Balmer. Little pack here running back here in the top 20. But any of these guys I know we can see up front before too long.
Yeah, most definitely, and especially when it comes down to drivers like Tommy Amassi, who pretty much have the same strategy race after race. Well, he did have a strategy of staying in the back all season. I mean, pretty much last season, all season long, and pouncing towards the last half of the races, but this season has been quite different. He has changed that racing style. He is now just taking while he can, and it does seem to be paying off, because so far in points he is 5th this week, and now being challenged by 51 of Paul Davis. Davis trying to make his name known right now. These two drivers being approached by the 18 of Rick Donathan, who as well has been quite the contender this season this far, and he goes down low to the inside of 51 of Paul Davis with the draft of the 05 of Tommy Amasi. He's gonna go 3 wide. He's thinking about it. He's gonna take it 3 wide. Nope, he backs it down and lets them stay double wide. For the back in this pack here, Dave, the points leader, who has been for the past couple of races, for 48 of Curtis Vollmer, is now making his way towards the front, overtaking the 03 of Don Kidder Jr. And Kidder Jr.'s machine has seen better days, and it's very unfortunate for Don Kidder, because he seems to not have had the season that he would like to have had this far, but he is still going nice and strong, and despite his bad luck week after week, he still comes back with his head high, his foot down the floorboard, and a lot of determination to get the job done regardless, and that is very, very impressive and very commendable. And so far as we speak, he is trying to draft off 48 of Curtis Vollmer, but the damage is not working with him.
Yeah, I mean, it's just, well, I mean, we still got a long race though. I mean, still 120 laps to go, so maybe some pit strategy will get him up there. But Curtis Vollmer, as you said, he is on the move as he gets around the 25 of Doug Blackman. He gets around him, his next target's going to be the 66 of Bobby Tinch. So Curtis Vollmer, he's been trying to move his way up here into the top 20.
Oh yes, he has, and yep, he has only one more opponent to make that become a reality, and Bobby Tinch right now doesn't get a good enough run off the exit of turn 4, but Vollmer does get a very good run. And when it comes down to it, ladies and gentlemen, keep in mind that with this track, it's all about getting the perfect exit, and that does take the drivers a long way. It makes a difference between losing a spot or gaining a spot, and as we speak, Curtis goes to the inside of 66 of Bobby Tinch, and he's now officially in the top 20. And the 4 of Brand Kuo for the back here in this pack lets the 34 of Andrew Combs go. He was trying to make a move against him, but decided to back it down. And Brent, as usual, just rocking the Drive for Diabetes Awareness machine, drivefordiabetesAwareness.org, a great cause. He goes the inside of Andrew Combs and will be now shown a 29th place spot and bumps Andrew down to 30th. But up front, Dave, last time we checked, well, it looks like we have a new race leader. Cody McFadden in the lead so far. Zachary Kreiser second. Travis Pryor third. Bryce Whitson Jr. fourth. Ken Ladd in that 5th place position, rounding up the top 5 so far. And status check on Travis Pryor, gained some right front damage. So far, turn 2 has seemed to have claimed at least 3 drivers. And something tells me it's not done claiming them just yet. It will take as many as it possibly can take. And yep, Travis goes to the apron. Oh, goes a little bit sideways. And that will cost him some time against Zachary Kreiser, as McFadden tries his best to increase his lead. But then the draft might work against him, because Zachary Kreiser is in it. And going back to how strong this draft is, or how strong the draft is when it comes specifically to the trucks, both the Silverado and the Toyota Tundra, this does encourage a lot more pack racing, which means it's a lot more difficult for the driver up front, or the lead drivers, to pull away. As we can see right now, McFadden is trying his best to increase the lead between him and second place driver Kreiser, but that is easier said than done. The draft is once again working against him. And here with 22 laps in, seems like the inside line is still the place to be. I do not see many drivers going to the outside line just yet. I mean, I've seen a couple of them, but they are losing a lot of time. So it looks like the machines still have enough grip to stay on that bottom lane. And just keeping in mind that this track is very, very bumpy, ladies and gentlemen. It does really affect the rotation of these machines. And the drivers always have to be on the edge of their seats, because anything could go wrong in less than a second. And one driver going down pit road here this time by 59 of David White. First driver pitting in with 22 laps on his tires and tank. And something tells me that's going to influence a lot more drivers to think about the exact same thing.
Yeah, as we are looking here at the front suspension of the 43 of Tyler Laureano, you could just see that front suspension taking a beating here as it goes around the track. See that tire going up and down, just to give an idea of how bumpy this track really is.
And Dave, pit road is getting busier by the lap. We have Travis Pryor, Ken Ladd, actually no, just Travis Pryor, Adam Eisenhower, Dakota Craig, Joshua Gillen, Chris Voiles, David White, Jim Kelly, all down pit road here this time by with 24 laps on their tires and tank, keeping in mind that they had at least 3 laps of caution, 3 laps of caution laps on their tires. So they're pretty much pitting in with 21 laps on their tires and tank. Well, 21 green flag laps on their tires and tank. And going back to Laureano, Tyler, he is backing it down right now, pitting in. And the leaders up front, McFadden, doing the exact same thing, going down pit road this time by.
That's going to hand the race lead over to the 17 of Tommy Haynes, moving Greg Bradshaw up into second, Tyler Holman third, Rick Donovan up into the 4th position, and Garrett Robinson rounding out your top 5.
And Dave, a little interesting fact, going down pit road, we had a new leader. The leader at the time was Cody McFadden, but Bryce Whitson came out of nowhere, went in very hot, and I was able to overtake McFadden on pit road, on pit entrance actually. That was very, very impressive and very risky at the same time for Bryce Whitson, but no harm was done. A lot of benefits by Bryce Whitson Jr. He gained a lot of time, and that is a very, very good thing to see on Bryce Whitson's part. And yep, up front, Haynes still leading, Holman second, Greg Bradshaw third, Rick Donovan fourth, Garrett Robinson fifth, and rounding up the top 5 this far. And some side-by-side going on. 0-3 Don Kidder Jr., 25 of Doug Blackman were side-by-side, but Blackman backs it down and lets Kidder Jr. maintain it. But Kidder is drifting way high, he smacks the wall. Oh man, that machine pushed up. It has a lot of damage. Well, it had a lot of damage to begin with, and it did not want to rotate. Very unfortunate for the 0-3 of Don Kidder Jr., but no harm done to anybody else, and we are still green flag racing.
Yeah, we just seen the 18 of Rick Donovan. He got around the 74 of Greg Bradshaw. So Rick Donovan leading his first set of laps here tonight. It looks like these guys' pit window is going to be lap 23, 24 laps before they'll have to pit again.
Absolutely, Dave. And you touched on 74 of Bradshaw. Oh man, he backs it down, goes down pit road this time by. Yep, he is pitting in as we speak. Up front, Rick Donovan still staying out. We have some 3 wide. Garrett Robinson, 40, Joshua Gillen, and the 43 of Laureano. But Garrett Robinson does end up backing it down and lets the other drivers get by him. And so far, that leaves them side by side, Gillen and Laureano. But then looks like Gillen does end up falling short. These 2 drivers, Gillen and Laureano, are on newer tires. At the same time, they are racing for position, and they're being shown 1 lap down.
The 18 of Rick Donovan, he is backing it down, taking it down onto pit road. That is going to hand the race lead over to the 33 of Vern Markheim. Is Garrett Robinson and Curtis Balmer also following Rick Donovan. Doug Blackman going down pit road, and Tommy Amassi also down on pit road.
And speaking of Garrett Robinson and the 48 of Curtis Vollmer, Dave, they did try to outbreak 18 of Jonathan and ended up gaining a lot of time, or some time, against him going down pit road, and these drivers take advantage of that. Oh, there's a very, very big risk when it comes to going in hot down pit road. At the same time, when it's pulled off and it's successful, the benefits are very, very great. So I guess they do say it is true what they say: high risk, high reward.
Well, it looks like Vernon Markheim and Chris Thorman, the last guys to need to pit, are making their way down on pit road. So this is going to recycle back everything through here. So we're just going to have to wait a minute here to see who's going to be the new race leader. And it looks like that is going to be the 10 of Bryce Whitson Jr. He is going to be our new race leader here on lap 30.
Yeah, great job once again to Bryce Whitson Jr. For gaining 2 spots on pit entrance after going in way too hot, but was able to make it work and takes over the race lead here this time by, and status check on Cody McFadden's status. McFadden is way out of the draft range of Bryce Whitson Jr. when it comes down to the drivers' pit times. Well, actually, Dave, looks like Bryce Whitson was a 2-tire hero with a 6.8-second pit stop compared to McFadden's Zachary Kreiser, who had over 10-second lap times, which meant these drivers who had over 10-second lap times took 4 tires with full tanks of gas. So with that said, we're going to keep an eye on Bryce Whitson and figure out whether or not the 2-tire strategy is actually a good thing. And an interesting fact of the whole entire field here tonight: 37 drivers, only 2 drivers are 2-tire heroes, namely Bryce Whitson Jr., including Tommy Amasi, but everybody else took 4 tires with a full tank of gas. And Dave, like you always say, the green flag pit stops do separate the men from the boys. They do spread out the field, and with that said, the field is very, very spread out. At this point, the gap between the top 2 drivers is 5.1 seconds. At the same time, second place and third place driver McFadden and Zachary Kreiser are about 1.3 to 1.5 seconds apart, and it goes further down the list, over 3 seconds.
Yeah, there's a lot of space in between the trucks, so I mean everybody's got a pretty good gap in between each other, as we are now looking here at 104 laps to go.
With the first round of green flag pit stops completed, ladies and gentlemen, we will take our first commercial break of the evening so you guys can get your first round of popcorn and refreshments, and so we can thank our sponsors. We'll be right back, so please stay tuned. Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to the AutoClub 20th Anniversary Round 7 of the Extreme Motorsports 99.com Camping Road Track Series, brought to you by the Extreme Motorsports 99.com here tonight at AutoClub Speedway. Well, for those interested in being a part of the action, if you guys are interested in being a driver here with the Extreme Motorsports 99 in any of their series, just check them out at their website, drop the first E in Extreme and start with the X, ExtremeMotorsports99.com. For all the new viewers out there who might not know about Extreme Motorsports, on Monday nights they run both a Pro Can-N series and a road series. On Tuesday nights they have a truck series like you see right before you. On Wednesday nights they have Xfinity series, and on Thursday nights they have a Cup series or Gen 6 series. So you guys can join. Basically, they'll place you in a series based on how much experience you have. So the Cup Series on Thursday nights is the best of the best, or the most experienced drivers, if you will. So once again, ExtremeMotorsports99.com. Check them out, and you will not be disappointed. Well, going back to the race here, we are still being led by Bryce Whitson Jr. and surprisingly, a same lead of 5.1 seconds, actually now 5.3 seconds. So he is actually putting up time against the second place driver, Cody McFadden, this time as we speak. At the same time, McFadden is being caught by Zachary Kreiser. So at this point, Dave, the long run speed is the most important.
Yeah, most definitely. I mean, these green flag pit stops is really shaking up the field here. Except for back here about 13th. I mean, they're pretty well grouped here. Just a few tenths apart from each other. But the rest of the field, I mean, there's some pretty big gaps. So I think it's going to come down to pit strategy here tonight.
Oh, yes, it will, Dave. And speaking of that pit strategy, here in the next 7 laps, we should expect to see the second round of pit stops either being performed or being being done or gotten over with. Jeez, I cannot even speak. I can't find my words. I do apologize. But yeah, on lap 48 should be the second round of green flag pit stops. And as we speak, 48 of Curtis Vollmer, 18 of Rick Donovan, 17 of Tommy Haynes in a cluster of their own. And Donovan trying to make some headway, but has found some roadblock between Vollmer and Haynes, but follows the outside line with the draft help of 17 of Tommy Haynes, who then dumps him. He goes down the inside to defend the spot against 48 of Curtis Vollmer, and 18 of Jonathan will drift high and lose some speed as a result, and does not get too much of the high side advantage sling shot, but right now still trying to make the best use of the draft of 48 of Vollmer. Seems like here in the 13th place spot, everybody seems to be now getting more and more bunched up, because these drivers are battling, and that's allowing a lot of drivers behind them to catch up, namely Bobby Tinch, Greg Bradshaw, Garrett Robinson as well. These drivers are now finally catching up to each other. At the same time, with the strength of the draft, that will increase their speeds. If they're lucky enough, they will be behind the leaders in no time. But Dave, one driver going down pit road, 86 of Adam Eisenhower. Second round of green flag pit stops kicking in.
Yeah, so we got a little bit of pit strategy. He came in with 21 laps on his tires, so I think we're getting to start to see a little pitch strategy play an effect here, Sean.
Oh, absolutely, and they always say, and it's very, very true, a race is won or lost on pit road, and all the pit crews out there, all the crew chiefs are just pretty much having their calculators out and calculating how much gas that these drivers are burning lap after lap. And Adam Eisenhower rolls off pit road, but a lot more drivers going down pit road. Dakota Craig, Ken Ladd, Hunter McDaniel, Chris Voiles, and Travis Pryor down pit road here this time by as we speak. And a lot more drivers will be joining here before too long. Dave, Bryce Whitson, he is a very, very fast driver in the long run. We did conclude that last time we raced at Kansas Speedway this season, and he is definitely showing just that. He's now being shown 6 seconds ahead of second place driver Cody McFadden, and more drivers going down pit road. Laureano, we have Marty Ray, Joshua Gillen, Rick Donovan, Garrett Robinson, David White, Jim Kelly, and Andy Starcher.
Also, our race leader, the 10 of Bryce Whitson, is we're riding here on the cockpit view. He is making his way down pit road.
Oh yes, he is, and Cody McFadden deciding to stay out, and McFadden taking over the race lead here this time by on lap number 47 as we speak. And on pit road, Bryce Whitson is accompanied by Zachary Kreiser, Bobby Tinch, Joshua Gillen still on pit road, David White, Robinson, these drivers still on pit road as we speak. Looks like they're having a slower pit stops compared to their first round of green flag pit stops this time around. And we have Tyler Hallman, Vern Markheim, Tommy Haynes, Curtis Vollmer, Greg Bradshaw, Gary Woobot, Tommy Haynes, Brent Kuo, Garrett Helmlinger, all still deciding to stay out, but up front McFadden going down pit road and giving up the race lead.
Well, that's going to give us a new race leader. It's going to be the 33 of Vern Markheim, putting Curtis Balmer in second. Tommy Haynes sitting third. Greg Bradshaw fourth. Gary Wilbert rounding out our top 5.
And unfortunately, we have lost one more driver, the 19 of Andy Starcher. Very, very unfortunate for Andy Starcher tonight. But look forward to seeing him back after next week at Kentucky Speedway for the Buckle Up in Your Trucks 225, round number 8 of the Extreme Motorsports 99 Truck Series. And also just a reminder right there, ladies and gentlemen, the next race, round 8, is after next week, because next week Extreme Motorsports is off. As iRacing will be having some updates to make the experience even better than it already is. So next race, December 12th in the Truck Series. And some new viewers in the chat. We have John Brumet. Welcome back, John Brumet. We also have John Marine. Welcome back, John Marine. Hope you guys are all doing well tonight. Dave, some side-by-side going on. Marty Ray, Rick Donovan. And ever since Marty Ray made that mistake off the exit of turn 2 there early on and lost the race lead, and the top 10, the top 20 included, he has been struggling to get back up there, partly due to the green flag runs that we've been having here so far. But right now he's trying to make the best of what he can. As we speak, he's trying to draft or work with the 18 of Rick Donovan for a common good to try and catch up to him as many opponents as they possibly can before the next round of pit stops. And speaking of pit stops, Curtis Vollmer, Greg Bradshaw, Doug Blackman, Chris Thorman, all down pit road this time by.
Yeah, working on our second round of green flag pit stops here at AutoClub. So these guys putting on a heck of a show. Only one caution here tonight as we take a look at our race report. We have had one caution for 4 laps and 9 lead changes so far here tonight.
Yeah, great race so far, spreading out the field even more. And as we spoke, Marty Ray got around the 18 of Rick Donovan. They pretty much exchanged. Looks like they're doing the leapfrog strategy. And Rick Donovan is not down with him just yet. And for the back here in this pack, some drivers of it spoken much of tonight. 69 of Kerry Cleaver is being shown in 30th place position, being shown 2 laps down. Actually, this would be a good time to touch on. We have a lot of drivers being shown 1 or more laps down because of all these pit stops taking place. That is working with some drivers, but working against some. So a lot of these drivers are hoping for a caution so they can be able to get at least 1 lap back. and contend for the race lead with some of the drivers up front. We have Jim Kelly, Chris Thorman, these two drivers battling side by side, both being shown one lap down. Thorman on the inside, Kelly on the outside, and Kelly trying to make some moves. He had some bad luck the last race that we had before last week, and he is trying to make the best of tonight's race, hoping this is a turning point here at AutoClub Speedway. And he's still challenging the 71 of Chris Thorman. Oh, and we have OSR Network's own Joe White in the chat. Joe White, good to see you. Hope you're doing good, man. We have a driver going down pit road here with the Sim Speed Shop Chevy Silverado. That is the 36 of Jason Eisenhower here this time by. And this rounds up our second round of green flag pit stops with only 40, it's going to be 53 laps in. I was looking at the wrong driver here. That's 53 laps in. So here again, before too long, the third round of pit stops will be upon us before too long. With that said, early on I talked about how we'll be having a 3 to 4 green flag pit stop run, but make that a 4 to 5 pit stop run.
Yeah, most definitely, but I'm taking a look here. We got Bryce Whitson Jr. still leading. He's led 17 laps here tonight. Zachary Kraser sitting in second, Ken Ladd third, Hunter McDaniel sitting in fourth, Adam Eisenhower rounding out your top 5. So, I mean, it's a close one to see who's going to win here tonight.
Absolutely, yep. So many amazing drivers in this field, and they're not afraid to put all that skill to good use. And as we speak, Dave Hunter McDaniel, that machine has sustained some heavy rear end damage, but despite that, he's still being able to keep up the pace. And behind him is being drafted by the 86 of Adam Eisenhower. And scanning the field from the second round of green flag pit stops, we had a lot more two-tire heroes than before. The first round of pit stops, we had only two-tire heroes, namely that was Bryce Whitson Jr., including Tommy Amasi. But now we have more than 5, namely Zachary Kraser, Ken Ladd, Hunter McDaniel. We have Rick Donathan as well being a two-tire hero. Travis probably included in that. Yep, all those drivers are two-tire heroes, but everybody else taking 4 tires, the full tank of gas. Well, Dave, we were questioning Bryce Whitson's strategy there early on first round of green flag pit stops as to whether or not it was a good idea him taking 2 tires for the first round. Seems like it was a great idea, Dave, because this time around he took 4 tires, and it's actually... Oh, actually, maybe, I don't know how to talk about this, but Zachary Kraser is less than a second behind Bryce Whitson, the leader.
Yeah, I mean, we still got a lot of racing left to go. You know, we're still looking about 80 laps to go, so we still got at least about 3 more pit stops. So, I mean, anything could happen, but Bryce Whitson, he's got about a 1.1 second over Zachary Kraser. But there's almost 7.5 seconds between Zachary Kraser and Ken Ladd sitting there in third, and then about another 8 seconds between Hunter McDaniel and Ken Ladd. So these green flag pit stops is really spread out the field here.
Oh, definitely. And Dave, you talked about Zachary Kraser being about 1.1 seconds behind Whitson. Looks like Zachary Kraser had some trouble getting around the 57 of Paul Davis, who was not going to let him by without a fight. And now Paul Davis is maintaining, or is between the 2 drivers, Kraser and Whitson Jr. But Paul Davis drifts way high. He loses enough speed unless his inside gets occupied by 39 of Zachary Kraser. And now Zachary Kraser is on the move, trying to catch up to his next opponent, the leader still, the 10 of Bryce Whitson Jr. This time around. And one driver on pit road is Andrew Combs pitting in. And we have some cluster forming here for the back in the pack from about 4th place back. Hunter McDaniel, Adam Eisenhower, Dakota Craig, Cody McFadden. These drivers have found each other. They are in each other's draft, and the speed will be a lot higher. As we can see right now, McFadden is trying to make a move against 98 of Dakota Craig. He goes to his inside, and Dakota will stay high and use the benefit of the draft of Adam Eisenhower. But then Adam Eisenhower goes back up high up to assist him and set himself up for turn 1 in the process. And McFadden to the inside of both Craig, but now it's the inside of 86 of Eisenhower, but not quite. But it does end up getting around 98 of Dakota Craig, and still now trying to get the back bumper of Adam Eisenhower as we speak.
Yeah, these guys are closed up a little bit here between Adam Eisenhower, Cody McFadden, and Dakota Craig. They are kind of bumper to bumper here. Also, they're right behind Hunter McDaniel, which I just noticed Hunter McDaniel's got a little bit of damage on his back tailgate of his truck there.
Oh yeah, surprisingly, despite that, he's still being able to keep up the pace. And as we can see right now, Adam Eisenhower was having trouble getting around Hunter McDaniel there. But right now, we now have McFadden who got around Adam Eisenhower and is now trying to challenge the 57 of McDaniel.
You know, Sean, I'm just taking a look over here. Got some interesting facts about AutoClub. So we're going to do a little bit of trivia right now for these folks at home watching. Alright, ladies and gentlemen, let's see who can get this right. When was the last race the Camping World Truck Series actually raced here in real life? What year was the last race, and who was the winner of that race? So we'll see who can come out with that answer here.
Get busy, ladies and gentlemen. Get busy. Type it up in the chat and let us know what you think.
Taking a look here, it looks like Travis Pryor. I'm not sure what happened, but he's running back in 19th position. He was looking good up front there, but he's now here towards the back part of the field here, as we've only got 25 cars left on the lead lap, as Brent Cole is the last truck here on the lead lap. So it looks like Travis Pryor, if he's wanting to have another good night like he did last night in the K&N series, he's got some work in front of him.
Oh yes, he does. He had a pit stop of 8 seconds for the second round of pit stops. And as we speak, actually, early on there, he sustained some right front damage after making contact with the turn 2 wall. And ever since then, it had gone south for him, just similar to the 65 of Marty Ray. But speaking of Marty Ray, his race might have turned around. He is back in the top 10 as we speak, drafting off the 18 of Rick Donathan. At the same time, he has 28 of Chris Voss right behind, and Jim Kelly in the mix.
Looks like these fans at home want to see a debris caution to get these trucks all bunched back up again.
Oh yes, they do. Yep, a lot of drivers are really hoping for a caution. Only, like you said, 25 drivers on the lead lap, and everybody else 1 or more laps down here in tonight's race. And looking there in the chat, I do not see anybody. Nobody gotten it yet. John Brumett, 2008.
Yeah, so we got one person. Let's see if we can get any more answers here.
The third round of green flag pit-stops is now kicking in as we speak. Adam Eisenhower, Dakota Craig going down pit road here this time by... And it's going to get busier by the lap. Pit road, that is. So we're going to see exactly what happens here before too long. Yep, Ken Ladd, Hunter McDaniel going down pit road as we speak.
Yeah, they've got 21 laps on their tires. Bryce Whitson Jr., he's sitting at 20. Same with Zachary Kraser. Cody McFadden sitting right about 19. Tyler Liano, who moved up into 4th, he's got 21. Same with Rick Donovan and Marty Ray.
Yep, and Dave, the gap in between the top two drivers, Whitson Jr. and Zachary Kreiser, keeping in mind that Kreiser took 2 tires last round of pit stops, while Bryce took a full tank of gas. I mean, a full set of tires, 4 tires, and a full tank of gas. And despite that, Whitson Jr. was... Well, I should say, I guess it's not surprising, but Zachary Kreiser was losing some time to Bryce Whitson Jr., but not too much time, because they are only about 1.4 seconds apart. But here in the next round of pit stops, it makes me wonder what Bryce Whitson's strategy is gonna be, because it seemed as though the first round he did take 2 tires, but then the second round he took 4 tires. So maybe he might be alternating every single pit stop, or maybe he might go with a 4-tire pit stop. So we're going to see exactly what happens.
Well, with 69 laps to go, it's anything's possible, but we're going to go ahead and answer the trivia question. The last time the Camping World Truck Series actually ran here at Auto Club was October 9th, 2010, and the winner of that race was actually Kyle Busch in his Toyota Tundra.
Not bad, John Brumett. Just 2 years off, man. Not bad. We have Cody McFadden, Marty Ray, and Rick Donovan, including Garrett Helmlinger, on pit road as we speak. But Bryce Whitson Jr. Oh, yep, actually Bryce just now went down pit road as I was speaking right there. And that hands the race lead over to 39 of Zachary Kreiser. And Zachary Kreiser being accompanied by Bobby Tinch down pit road and Poe Davis, all pitting in this time by Zachary Kreiser, backing that sucker down behind the 4 of Brent Kuhl, going down pit road as we speak. Oh, Brent goes in way hard. He goes sideways on pit road. He's going to spin out. Oh, he saves it. Oh, but most likely got caught speeding. That's unfortunate.
Yeah, I mean, we were watching that live. He just came in way too hot. That's going to cost him a lot of time there, Sean.
Yep, way too much time, man. He was doing over 10 miles an hour. Well, he was doing 10 miles an hour over the speed limit, pit road speed limit. And yep, he definitely got a speeding penalty from that one.
Well, our new race leader is going to be the 48 of Curtis Balmer. So he is going to be our new race leader here. Taking a look here. As he's coming down the backstretch right now.
And going back to what I had been talking about, wondering what Whitson Jr.'s strategy was going to be. So it looks like maybe he is alternating. He is doing 2-tire pit stop, 4-tire pit stop, pretty much every other pit stop. So with that said, he just took 2 tires with a full tank of gas. So you're going to see exactly how that affects him. Well, the first time it did not affect him at all, negatively at all. It actually did help him a lot. Well, he actually, he gained a lot of time going down pit road and took only 2 tires. So he gained double the time, if you think about it. As we speak, 48 of Vollmer getting approached by 3 wide. 18 of Jonathan and the 65 of Marty Ray on his inside.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, we are now 66 laps to go. We are beyond the halfway point of tonight's race. Only one caution here so far tonight. We are going to go ahead and take this time for another quick commercial break. Give everybody a chance to refill their drinks and snacks. We'll be right back here live on the Dre Broadcasting Network as we bring you the Camping World Truck Series Extreme Motorsports 99.com. We'll be right back.
Don't let your first date be your last. Visit People Against Distracted Driving at PADD.org.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to the Auto Club 20th Anniversary Round 7 of the Extreme Motorsports 99.com Camping Road Track Series, brought to you by the Extreme Motorsports 99. For all those viewers interested in being a part of the action, meaning you would like to be a driver, join this amazing Extreme Motorsports 99 community, just check them out at their website, extrememotorsports99.com. On Monday nights, they run a Pro K&N series and a road series, brought to you live by the Dre Broadcasting Network. On Tuesday nights, track series, like you see right before you, and also brought to you live by the Dre Broadcasting Network. On Wednesday nights, Xfinity series, brought to you live by the Online Sim Racing Network with Joe White and David Everly. And on Thursday nights, the Cup series, or Gen 6 series, brought to you live by the Online Sim Racing Network as well. So once again, extrememotorsports99.com. Drop the first E in Extreme and start with the X, extrememotorsports99.com. Well, going back to the race, we did conclude our third round of green flag pit stops, and now the next round of pit stops, the fourth round of green flag pit stops, is going to be lap 98, the latest. But going back to the race here so far, oh, caution flies on lap number 80. This is most likely much needed for most drivers. Gonna see exactly what might have been the cause.
Yeah, it looks like that's going to involve the 25 of Doug Blackman, as we're going to go back on the Dre Broadcasting instant replay here. Let's take a look here with see exactly what happened. Oh, it looked like 64. Cody McFadden got loose in front of him, tried to save it, couldn't save it, and that got up into him, both into the outside wall. Real unfortunate. Let's go back here in the cockpit view and see what exactly Doug Blackman saw as he was riding, as Cody McFadden got around him. As you see him really working that wheel, Cody McFadden gets around, he tries to go around him. Cody couldn't save it, got into him and into the outside wall, bringing out just our second caution of the night.
Absolutely, very, very unfortunate for both drivers involved in that, Blackman and McFadden. And as a result, McFadden, with some heavy smoke from the rear end, that is never a good thing, is trying to crawl down towards pit road here before too long, actually as we speak. Because if he stays on any longer, the machine will overheat, and that motor will receive a big loud boom, and the smoke will disappear. And that is something he does not want. Well, here up front, Bryce Whitson Jr. leading everybody down pit road, and everybody will pretty much follow him. But Dave, this is going to put quite the loophole in everybody's strategies.
Yeah, this is going to mess up the fuel strategy because looking here, we got 55 laps to go. These guys can go 24, 25 laps. That means they're still going to have to pit 2 more times to finish this race.
Yeah, absolutely. Going to see exactly how these drivers recalculate the number of laps they can go on a tank once we go green flag racing. But right now, Joshua Gillen did decide to stay out, and so did Tommy Amasi. And he should be getting the race lead here if he stays out again. But right now, he's not being shown as the leader just yet. Joshua Gillen, that is. So if he stays out one more lap, he should be able you should be able to get the race lead. And we have some drivers behind the pace car this time by, hoping to either go down pit road this time by, because pit road is open a lap after the drivers on the lead lap. So right now, Jim Kelly, we have Paul Davis, Chris Thorman, Jason Eisenhower, Kerry Cleaver, David White, Don Kidder Jr., Gary Woolbot, Tyler Holman, including Garrett Helmlinger, all behind the pace car, either hoping to get 1 lap back with the 1 to go mark, or hoping to go down pit road this time around. Let's see. Yep, we have Garrett Helmlinger pointed down pit road. Yep, he is on pit road. Yep, and most of the drivers 1 or more laps down do follow him, but some still deciding to stay out, namely Kerry Cleaver, including Tyler Holman and Jason Eisenhower and Paul Davis staying out. And looking at the driver's stats here so far this season, we had Hunter McDaniel have his first win of the season last race at Texas Motor Speedway. Curtis Vollmer has 1 win under his belt already. Zachary Kreiser with the win. Bryce Whitson Jr. with the win. Tyler Holman with the win, including Tommy Haynes with the win. So these drivers all going for their second win of the season, while everybody else beside them is going for their first win of the season. It's going to make things extra interesting to see exactly how this plays out. At the same time, the drivers are trying to dethrone the defending champion Tom Wetmore, who has been advanced or promoted to the Xfinity Series and the Cup Series of the Extreme Motorsports 99. And in the chat there we have a new viewer, Christopher Potter. Good to see you there, Chris. We are now back 1 to green. Brent Kuo, Paul Davis, Jason Eisenhower, Kerry Cleaver, and Tyler Holman all get the waiver on the pace car, all getting 1 lap back this time by. So congrats to these drivers, where we have Tyler Holman, Paul Davis, Brent Kuo back on the lead lap, but Kerry Cleaver back to 1 lap down from 2 laps down. But here we are still being led by Bryce Whitson Jr. Ken Ladd starting right behind him on the inside. On the outside, Zachary Kreiser with the help of the 98 of Dakota Craig. And Dave, Bryce Whitson was doing an amazing job with those green flag pit stops and pretty much staying very consistent and increasing his lead with every single pit stop. So with that said, Dave, he's one of the few drivers who are very unhappy to have this caution.
Yeah, just our second caution of the night, so 53 laps to go. This is going to bunch them all up as we are being led by Bryce Whitson Jr. leading 40 laps so far here tonight. 53 laps to go. Question is, can he hold off all this talent behind him?
Oh, fingers crossed, ladies and gentlemen. And we're gonna see exactly how Bryce Whitson handles the pressure now throughout his rear view and all over his 360, pretty much all around him. And that pace car dips off, and Whitson still holding pace speed. The green flag flies. He waits for that green flag on the outside line. Driver Zachary Kreiser gets a better start than the 10 of Whitson Jr. and a big stack up on the inside line. Ken Ladd, Hunter McDaniel bomb dropping for a lifetime, and Hunter McDaniel got a brand new machine under this caution. And right behind Hunter McDaniel is the 43 of Laureano. The inside line so far is very, very bunched up as the outside is getting freight trained, namely Zachary Kreiser and Dakota Craig getting freight trained. Also, just making another point, the outside line is never the place to be on a start or restart. As we could see right there, Kreiser and Dakota Craig had a very, very rough time. As we speak at the same time, Dakota Craig is losing spots left and right and is trying to catch a groove. He's now in the 8th place spot after restarting in the 4th place position. And we have lost one more driver, unfortunately, 33, Vernon Markheim. He had a rough race last night as well in the Pro K&N series, and having a rough race here tonight as well in the truck series. But look forward to seeing this driver back again after next week at Kentucky Speedway.
Well, taking a look back here in 13th position, the 81 Travis Pryor. He's trying to work his way back up front here as he's riding right behind Marty Ray. We've seen him have that bad luck go to the back of the field as we got 3 wide here through the front stretch between Marty Ray, Travis Pryor, and Curtis Balmer. They go back 2 wide, but he's trying to get through here to get back up front.
Oh yes, he is. He will do what it takes to make that become a reality. He goes 3 wide once again in between Marty Ray and 48 of Curtis Vollmer. And Marty Ray did end up pushing up and decided to back it down to avoid getting claimed by the turn 2 wall again. A nice save by Marty Ray. He lost speed and momentum as a result, and 1 spot to Tommy Haynes. But that is better than him getting damaged, because he would have lost a lot more spots if he had gotten that damage. So nice save by Marty Ray. And Travis Pryor still going 3 wide again between 28 of Boyles and the 98 of Dakota Craig.
He is putting that hammer down. We saw him start back there in 14th. He has already made it up into the top 10, running in 9th position. So he is a man on a mission. But meanwhile, right behind Bryce Whitson Jr., you've got a wild pack here. You've got Ken Ladd, Zachary Kreiser, Hunter McDaniel, Tyler Laureano, and Rick Donovan all battling it out. So we have got a lot of action. This caution has definitely brought the field back together here, and we are seeing some great action here now under 50 laps to go.
Oh man, yep, Dave, seems like that caution was a wake-up call for these drivers. Looks like that since it's spread out the field like that, the drivers are trying their best to be as close to the leaders they possibly can. Because if it goes green again, they just might end up finding themselves in the same exact position. That position being them being about over 5 seconds behind that race leader. And unfortunately, we have lost another driver. Andrew Combs has retired for the evening. We look forward to seeing this driver again back the next race at Kentucky Speedway.
Also, looks like the 33 of Vern Markheim, he has taken his truck behind the wall as well.
Oh, most definitely, man. Yep, these drivers are having a rough night here tonight. But it was amazing that they were able to show up for tonight's race. And here for the back in this pack, 74 of Gregory Bradshaw. Last time we checked on Greg Bradshaw, he had some heavy damage on that machine, but was able to get a brand new one, and is now back up to speed, trying to catch up to his next victims in line, Tommy Haynes, Bobby Tinch, and Marty Ray. 12th place through 14th respectively. At the same time, Bradshaw getting drafted by the 194 of Gert Helmlinger. Gert Helmlinger being the first driver 1 lap down and in desperate need of a lucky dog.
I tell you, I mean, I got to talk about this kid. He is just, I'm just watching him here. He is on a mission. Travis Pryor now up into 7th as he is battling with the 43 of Tyler Laureano. So he is actually catching his field. He is putting down some wicked fast lap times. But Bryce Whitson Jr., look at him out front. He has led 47 laps here tonight. You've got Ken Ladd sitting right there in 2nd. Just not too far behind Zachary Kreiser, Hunter McDaniel, Rick Donovan. rounding out your top 5. Question is does Travis Pryor have what it takes to get back up front?
And Dave, you talked about Travis Pryor. Yep, we saw him taking 3 wide a lot. And yeah, he's come a very long way. Also keeping in mind that this track does eat up those tires quite a bit. And hopefully he hasn't burned up his stuff by the time he's getting to the race leader up front. But so far he's still being able to catch up the one of Garrett Robinson, his next victim, in the 6th place position. So fingers crossed for Travis Pryor. As we see right now, Garrett Robinson as well is trying to catch up the 18 of Jonathan, his next victim. Wow, Jonathan is trying to catch up to Hunter McDaniel and Zachary Kreiser. So it's pretty much a chain reaction of hungry lions trying to catch up to their prey further down the list.
Yeah, it looks like Travis Pryor pushed a little too hard. He made contact with the outside wall coming out of turn number 4, so he's lost a couple positions. But I'll tell you what, got to give hats off to this guy out front, the 10 of Bryce Whitson Jr. He is showing he has got what it takes. Ken Ladd is just right there. Ken Ladd looking to, he's not had the best season as he looks to try the inside of Whitson, but just can't get there. But Ken Ladd hasn't had the season that he has wanted, but he is wanting to turn it around. He is wanting to come out of here with a win. He is wanting to get himself locked into the chase.
Oh yes, he is, and still determined. He's very determined to get the job done. We talk a lot about Ken Ladd, and one thing we always mention about him is that he's a very, very determined driver, and that does take him a long way. And we see right now he's trying to get the inside of 11 of Bryce Whitson Jr., but looks like Bryce Whitson got a very great and amazing arc off the exit of turn 2, and the slingshot did benefit him, and that will keep Ken Ladd behind him for now.
Yeah, Bryce Whitson doing a good job at holding his line. He is going to make Ken Ladd earn this. But look who's catching up right there in third, 57, Hunter McDaniel. Last year, we've seen him take the K&N Championship. He has been moved up in the series, but he is wanting to also get up in here as these front 3 are running real great. Zachary Kreiser sitting there in 4th, and Rick Donovan still rounding out your top 5. Rick Donovan's had a really good run here tonight.
Oh yes, he has, and all season long this far. Yep, Jonathan has had a heck of an appearance, and here tonight, did start in the 22nd place spot. He's come a very, very long way, like you talked about, from 22nd place to the 5th place spot. Same with the one of Garrett Robinson, 27th to 6th as we speak. Dakota Craig, 17th to 8th. Adam Eisenhower, 14th to 9th. Curtis Vollmer, 29th to 11th. And a lot more drivers further down here this list. And some drivers going down pit road. Tyler Holman pitting in this time.
Yes, yeah, no, he's not pitting.
Oh, actually, no, he just now left pit road and had a 12.7 second pit stop, Dave. So 4 tires, full tank of gas. So it looks like he's trying to short pit. Or he tried to short pit.
Well, got to do something. Got to get that strategy there, so... But right now, Curtis Balmer, he's trying to move up here as he's right behind the 81 of Travis Pryor. He is right there in spot as we got trouble on the track and caution.
Oh, Dave, it was contact between 39 of Zachary Kreiser and the 18 of Rick Donovan. Let's back it up on Zachary Kreiser and see what happened.
Well, as we pull up the Dre broadcast and instant replay here, focusing on the 39 of Zachary Kreiser, he was just running... Oh, he came too hard. Got into the outside wall. Rick Donovan right there, nowhere to go. These guys spin around, but oh, everybody else is able to get around them. Only minor damage. Good job by them drivers, as that is just now our 3rd caution with 40 laps to go.
Yeah, very, very unfortunate for all drivers, for both drivers involved in that, and that definitely could have been worse. A great job to them minimizing it the best that they could. And Kreiser will be going down pit road, including Rick Donovan, to get those machines straightened out, or maybe get their backup trucks out. But still needing one more pit stop. And up front we are being led by Ken Ladd, who leads everybody down pit road. Yep, and everybody on the lead lap did decide to go down pit road, but a lot of drivers did stay out to get at least one lap back. The driver in line for the lucky dog is the 7 of Gary Woolbot, who gets that lucky dog and is back on the lead lap. Great job to the Budweiser machine, the Chevy Silverado. Actually, that's Toyota Tundra. He's back on the lead lap on lap number 98 with only 39 laps remaining.
Still gonna have to pit one more time, Sean.
Oh, yep, one more time indeed. Makes me wonder exactly what... Oh, the good thing about them knowing that they have one more pit stop, they can short pit, just like we had seen there, 77 of Tyler Holman trying to short pit. They can be able to spend less time on pit road, take less gas, spend less time on pit road, and more time racing. So that does give them a lot of flexibility when it comes to the final round, or I should say the final pit stop of the evening.
Well, Ken Ladd leading some laps here tonight. He's the man out front. Question is, can he hold everybody behind him? You got Tommy Haynes, Bryce Woodson, Garrett Robson, Rick Donovan, Zachary Krazer, Dakota Craig, Adam Eisenhower, Tyler Lorano, Curtis Balmer, Marty Ray. I mean, we just got a load of talent behind him. So he's got to be on the edge of his seat. As I said, he's had a pretty rough season, so he would love to walk out of AutoClub with a win here tonight.
Oh, most definitely, man. And with that said, he is very, very motivated to do just that, to do that at every cost. Oh, actually, we have Tommy Haynes now moving up to the second place spot. Bryce was in third. That just changed right there. And looking at the drivers' pit times, the top two drivers, Ken Ladd and Tommy Haynes, are two-tire heroes. Bryce Whitson, Garrett Robinson, third and fourth place drivers all took 4 tires. We had Rick Jonathan, Zachary Kreiser take 2 tires as well. So let's see, we had 4 drivers in total take 2 tires, but everybody else took 4 tires with a full tank of gas. And once we go green flag racing, I'm going to see exactly, I'm going to try and calculate here how many laps that we'll have remaining. I should say how many laps we'll have before the pit window opens. But here, so far, the heaviest movers we've had here tonight. Garrett Robinson, 27th to 4th. Rick Jonathan, 22nd to 5th. Further down here, this list, Adam Eisenhower, 14th to 7th. Dakota Craig, 17th to 8th. Curtis Vollmer, 29th to 10th. We've had Bobby Tinch from 15th to 13th. We also had Tommy Amasi, 28th to 16th place spot. Gary Woolbot, 31st to 19th, and just got his lap back. And looks like we are now back 1 to green. Yes, we are. A lot of drivers got the wave around the pace car, namely Paul Davis, Brent Kuo, Kerry Cleaver, Tyler Holman, Jason Eisenhower. These drivers are got 1 lap back, and Hunter McDaniel with some heavy damage on that Toyota Tundra. That is very unfortunate. It has seen better days. The front end is all messed up, and that definitely will affect the top end. But here in this lineup, Ken Ladd in the lead with the help of the 10 of Bryce Whitson on the inside line. The 17 of Tommy Haynes with the help of the 1 of Garrett Robinson. As you could see right there, Tommy Haynes was warming up those tires to avoid that very, very deadly wheel spin on this upcoming restart, and keeping in mind that the outside is never the place to be on a start or restart. So we're going to see Tommy Haynes and Robinson on their A game on this upcoming restart.
Yeah, I mean, just 37 laps to go, so let's hope that cautions don't breed cautions, is one of the famous sayings around here go. But as they are getting ready to come out of turn 4, waiting on the pace car to dip off. Pace car is off, getting ready to go. Green flag racing once again here at AutoClub. Green flag is out. Ken Ladd, what a jump on that restart as he gets a commanding lead crossing the start finish line.
And Tommy Haynes trying to defend the second place spot against Bryce Whitton, but was not able to do just that. It was too late. And Bryce the inside of Tommy Haynes. And Haynes trying to get a groove here, trying to catch a grip. But so far on the inside, Whitton is pulling on the one of Robinson, who then goes back up high to set himself up for turn number 3. And at the same time, Robinson being approached by 39 of Zachary Kreiser.
Yeah, and you gotta watch. There's the 18 of Rick Donovan as well. He is all over that back bumper of Zachary Kreiser.
Yep, and Jonathan was able to get a brand new machine there under the caution. Oh man, everyone goes down to the inside to defend those spots. It's a very difficult task to get around each other, because once again, the inside is the only race groove that is acceptable here tonight. The outside, everyone's losing a lot of time on the outside, so we can see a lot of drivers just staying on the inside and up front. Battle for the race lead. Bryce Whitton to the inside of Ken Ladd and trying to take back the race lead.
Yeah, Bryce wants to get there, but I'll tell you what, Ken Ladd's making that outside lane work pretty well. It looks like he's got it figured out that other people don't, because usually they get close to that wall, but Ken Ladd, he is battling still. Bryce Whitson Jr. is coming across the line. Ken Ladd is going to lead that lap.
And we had some Talladega bump draft action going on. Oh, 39 Chris goes sideways. Whoa, what a heck of a save, Dave. If we can, let's please back it up on Kreiser and see how the heck he saved that.
Well, as we pull up the Dre broadcast and instant replay, we're going to focus on the 39 of Zachary Kreiser. See if we can see exactly what happened and how he saved that. But, yeah, he gets a little sideways there. I'm not sure exactly what happened. Rick Donovan riding right behind him is coming into the turn. It looks like maybe the bumps might have just got a little bump there. Maybe a little bump there from Rick Donovan. I couldn't tell, but he saved it. Also, the 86 of Eisenhower there, he gets down on the apron and gets a little squirty. But, ooh, these guys just need to calm down. But the green flag still stays out.
And as a result, Dave, they all lost a lot of time to the leaders up front. At the same time, they've formed a cluster of their own. They have Rick Donovan, Jason Eisenhower, actually is on the apron. But Rick Donovan, we also have that is going to be Zachary Kreiser, Dakota Craig, Curtis Vollmer, Marty Ray, Adam Eisenhower, Travis Pryor, Greg Bradshaw, Cody McFadden, Bobby Tinch, Joshua Gillen, including Tommy Amasi in a pack. It's a very, very big pack here. And now their biggest mission is to catch up to those race leaders while they can, when they can. When it comes down to the pit window will open on lap 114. So with that said, these drivers just waiting for lap 114 to be able to go down pit road for their final pit stop of the evening. But the caution flies on lap 105, and everybody's scattering on the exit of turn 2. That actually happened up front. Bryce Whitson gets a piece of the action. Garrett Robinson gets a piece of the action as well. Not sure what happened there, but it looks like it started between Bryce Whitson and Garrett Robinson.
Well, as we take a look here, I'm going to focus on Bryce Whitson. See if we can see what happened here as soon as I can find him here. Let's take a look at the Dre broadcast and instant replay. Yeah, contact between Bryce Whitson, Garrett Robinson, and that just created a whole big checkup behind him. Ooh, there's going to be some heavy damaged vehicles there. But unfortunately, that's not going to be good for the guy that has led the most laps here tonight. 52 laps, Bryce Whitson. Is him and Garrett Robinson come together and get into the outside wall.
Oh man, absolutely. Wow. That was very, very unfortunate indeed. And also, 18 of Rick Donovan got a piece of the action and is smoking heavily. He uses backup truck under the last caution, and now smoking heavily throughout the whole entire track, trying to get down to pit road. And one other driver smoking it up, trying to catch a number on that beast. Actually, looks like the smoke disappeared. So they most likely ended up blowing their motor. Very, very unfortunate. But the drivers are still going to need to pit in one more time, whether or not they pit in this time around. But Ken Ladd leading everybody down pit road.
Looks like a barbecue down on pit road with all these trucks that have got heavy damage, blown motors. So we got some heavy smoke down on pit road. Question is, do they have their quick fix? Oh no, it looks like the 81 of Travis Pryor. He's smoking heavy too.
Oh man, that is unfortunate for the 81 of Travis Pryor, and I guess that was the machine that I had seen smoking heavily, and Travis Pryor as well did end up using his backup track there early on. He had some damage there in the beginning. Well, that was about half the race. Then he got that fixed under one of the cautions. Well, we got a brand new machine. And unfortunately, he'll be on pit road for quite a while as his pit crew tries to get that machine back up and running. Same scenario as the 18 of Rick Donathan, who had the exact same consequence of the wreck. But up front, Ken Ladd still in the lead. Tommy Haynes second, Zachary Kreiser third, Dakota Craig fourth, and Bryce Whitson Jr. in the 5th place position, rounding up the top 5. And ladies and gentlemen, this gives us time to get a race interview in, so let's focus on the 74 of Greg Bradshaw. Well, ladies and gentlemen, we are being joined up in the Dre Broadcasting booth by 74 of Greg Bradshaw. Get up there, Greg.
Hey, how's it going, guys?
Good, how are you?
Doing great.
Well, Greg, it's been a heck of a race on your part here tonight. You are really showing these drivers exactly what you're capable of. And that is you pretty much battling and taking while you can, when you can. You're not afraid to use that skill. How's been your race so far?
It's definitely been eventful. Fight forward, mess up, go back, and try again.
Oh, copy that. Yeah, most definitely. And yeah, we noticed that you had some damage there early on. You ended up getting your brand new machine. And right now, still rocking a very, very great looking Chevy Silverado. And do you want to tell us a little bit about your paint scheme?
Rick Donathan painted that for me. I've been running Logan's for years, and he came up with a completely new scheme for it. And it's beautiful. Love it.
Oh yes, beautiful it is. That is a very, very well-dressed machine. And Greg, here tonight, it seems as though there's a lot of grip and a lot of inside line action going on. Basically, tonight does not seem like the tracks are wanting to make the outside line work. How's the machine handling, basically?
Pretty tight. Too tight to make the outside work, for sure.
Oh, copy that. That does make sense. And when it comes down to tire wear, you know, this track is very, very bumpy at the same time. It's got very, very little banking, and with you guys carrying that much speed, the tires in reality should be going away at a very, very fast rate. Is that the case?
They seem to hang on okay. The biggest part is if you get into the corners fast, these bumps, they'll actually get your front tires chattering. So you really have to be careful going in and try to get the power out.
Oh, copy that, man. That does make a lot of sense. Well, Greg, you've done an amazing job here tonight. You did start 10th and currently in the 10th place spot. Back in the 10th place spot, like you talked about. Had some bad luck. You went to the front, went to the back again, and now back up here in the front. And what are your plans for lap 136?
Man, I'm going to try and hang on and get a top 10 out of this. I think we're going to have to stop one more time. It's going to be a short fuel run if we stay green.
And when it comes down to that, yes, you guys do need one more pit stop. Do you think 2 tires or no tires is a strategy, is the way to go?
I'm going to go for right side so I can hopefully loosen it up.
Oh, copy that. Right side. Sounds like a plan. Well, Greg, you are now back 1 to green. So keep doing exactly what you're doing, man. Stay alive and see you in victory lane.
Thanks, guys.
And that was the 74 of Greg Bradshaw. And we are 1 to green with the new leader, Paul Davis, leading his first laps of the evening. Well, he did not pit in 17 laps. Oh, actually, this might be a good strategy for Paul Davis. If he pits in, he will be pitting in here before too long for his final pit stop. But that pace car does dip off up front, and Paul Davis finds the gas pedal immediately and gets a very, very good restart. And Ken Ladd sees it coming in time to maintain second place against Zachary Kreiser and Dakota Craig. And we are green with 27 laps remaining in the pit window opening here in the next 3 to 4 laps. Paul Davis falls short on the inside line. Ken Light on the outside with the benefit of the grippier tires. Crazer to the outside of Paul Davis as well. And 98 of Dakota Craig in this mix backs it down behind 39 of Zachary Chrysler. And Paul Davis trying to hang on tight, trying to hang on nice and strong on the inside line. But so far having no luck. 3 wide. Marty Ray, Dakota Craig. 51 of Davis back, single foul. 1 wide. And right now his outside is now occupied by 86 of Adam Eisenhower.
Yeah, we got a heck of a battle here. I mean, we're looking here, 26 laps to go. Pit window opens here in about 2 laps. Who's going to take it? And we're under caution again.
Oh, tape that involved the 86 of Adam Eisenhower. And if the drivers pit in, they should be able to make it. But let's back it up on Adam Eisenhower and see what happened.
Yeah, 5th caution here tonight. Taking a look here at Adam Eisenhower's. He was running right beside Paul Davis. Looks like he tried to arc some contact between Eisenhower and Davis. And Eisenhower into the outside wall. I don't see any other cars involved, but that's highly unfortunate there for the 86 of Adam Eisenhower. He was having a good run tonight.
Absolutely, man. Very unfortunate indeed. Yep, and hopefully the damage is not as bad as it looks like it was last night in the Pro K&N cars, but those things seem to be tanks like we had talked about. But hopefully it is the same case with Adam Eisenhower. Well, going back up front, Ken Ladd still in the lead, Zachary Chrysler second, Marty Ray third, Dakota Craig fourth, Tyler Loriano in that 5th place position, rounding up the top 5. Well, ladies and gentlemen, here with only a few laps remaining, 25 laps, we'll take our final commercial break of the evening. We'll be right back, so please stay tuned. Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to the Auto Club 20th anniversary, the round 7 of the Extreme Motorsports 99.com Camping World Truck Series, brought to you by the Extreme Motorsports 99. And we do hope that you guys are enjoying the live broadcast here tonight on the Dre Broadcasting Network, and hope everybody's doing amazing tonight. Well, doing well here tonight. And thank you very much for tuning in. As usual, we can never ever thank you guys enough. And for all the new viewers out there in the chat who would like to be a part of the action, meaning they would like to be a part of the Extreme Motorsports 99 drivers, check out Extreme Motorsports at extrememotorsports99.com. Drop the first E in Extreme and start with the X, extrememotorsports99.com. Just an overview on Monday nights, Extreme runs the Road Series and the Pro K&N Series, brought to you live, or the Pro K&N Series brought to you live by Dre Broadcasting Network. On Tuesday nights, Truck Series live by Dre Broadcasting Network, and Wednesday nights, Xfinity Series live by the Online Sim Racing Network, and Thursday nights at a Cup Series or Gen 6 Series live by the Online Sim Racing Network as well. Well, going back to the race, we are back 1 to green. Tommy Haynes, new leader, with the help of Zachary Kreiser on the inside line. On the outside, Joshua Gillen with the help of Ken Ladd. But keeping in mind, ladies and gentlemen, everybody has pitted in this time around and can be able to make it on gas, except for the top 2 drivers, Tommy Haynes and Joshua Gillen. These 2 drivers were saving gas, shutting the machines off and clutching it in throughout the caution. So with that said, let's hope they can make it the rest of the way, but something tells me it's not possible to save that much gas just under 1 caution, so fingers crossed. Looks like the caution flag has been extended. We are going around one more time. And so far here tonight, we are now showing, well, so far in tonight's race, we're showing 24 drivers on the lead lap, and we have lost 1 more driver, the 18 of Rick Donathan, retiring for the evening after having that bad luck during the incident that brought out the caution before. He had some heavy smoke from the rear end, same as the 81 of Travis Pryor. We look forward to seeing these drivers back again for round 8 after next week at Kentucky Speedway, keeping in mind that next week Extreme Motorsports is off for some scheduled iRacing updates or iRacing maintenance, making the simulation better, or simulation experience better than it already is. And with that said, yep, round 8, Kentucky Speedway, the buckle up in your trucks 225 at Kentucky. That will be on December 12th. And drivers getting bunched up nice and tight, with Whitson Jr. starting in the 22nd place spot and McDaniel 21st. And pace car does dip off up front, and Tommy Haynes still holding pace speed. He does find the gas pedal, catches everybody off guard. But Gillen sees it coming in time to maintain 2nd place against Zachary Kreiser and Ken Ladd, who are side by side for 3rd place.
Yeah, looks like Ken Ladd there stuck on that outside. Zachary Kreiser's on his inside. The question is are they going to be able to get around Joshua Gill and Tommy Haynes? Will those 2 have enough fuel to make it the race, because they did not pit? That is the question, Sean.
Oh man, Dave, I have so many doubts at this point. and it is quite scary for both drivers, Gillen and Tommy Haynes. Hopefully they were able to save enough gas under caution, but we will find out here before too long. Only 20 laps remaining, ladies and gentlemen. That's right, 20 laps remaining here in tonight's race. It is go time. These drivers have found 5th gear, some even 6th gear in this case. For the back in this pack 77 of Tyler Holman trying to make some moves. He kept a very, very low profile all race long tonight, but now he too has found 5th or 6th gear, and on the outside of Bobby Tinge and dropping off the 43 of Laureano.
Yeah, got a big pack here. Garrett Robinson's in there, Chris Boyles, Marty Ray, Joshua Gillen's back here. So, I mean, still anything could happen, because, I mean, we still, taking a look here, we still got 19 laps to go.
Yep, we've seen a lot of sudden turn of events, and some 3 wide. Tommy Amasi, Tyler Holman, 43 Laureano in the middle. Laureano is it looks like 43 of Laureano did end up backing it down because the machine was pushing, and Laureano status check. He does have some right front damage on the machine, but is still able to keep up the pace. Oh, some more 3 wide. McFadden in the middle lane, 43 of Laureano on the outside, on Amasi on the inside. So much 3 wide around the track.
Well, it's go time, Sean. They gotta get up there. They're trying, I mean, we're getting close to the end of the regular season.
Oh yes, we are, with these drivers in desperate need to lock themselves into this chase to be the part of the contenders who will be trying to dethrone the defending champion, who's not here to defend his title. That is Tommy Wetmore. Oh, we have a driver who's just topped the apron. That is the 94 of Helmlinger, 194 of Helmlinger. He saves the machine off the track, but the green flag still stays out. Nice save by Helmlinger. And yep, we are still green, but unfortunate for Helmlinger.
Taking a look, we got a new race leader, 39, Zachary Kraser. Ken Ladd moving up into 2nd. Marty Ray taking over that 3rd spot. So we've got a good battle up front as Ken Ladd is trying to get up to Zachary Kraser and get around him. He wants to come out of here with that win, but so does Zachary Kraser, Marty Ray, Tommy Haynes. So we have still got a good battle here up front.
Yes, we do, and now Tommy Haynes falling to that 4th place spot from that race lead, trying to just stay right behind Marty Ray, but knowing that everybody else, Marty Ray, Ken Ladd, and Zachary Kraser can make it on gas, while Tommy Massey might not. Can I see exactly? So we're still having doubts here, but ladies and gentlemen, anything is possible. Joshua Gillen status check. He is currently in the 6th place spot, being challenged by the 28 of Chris Boyles on the outside line. And Chris Boyles as well did keep a low profile pretty much all race long. He was battling middle to rear pack, and now he is up here in the front in that 5th place spot, trying to hold off both the 40 of Gillen and the 1 of Garrett Robinson. Goes to the outside line, gets a slingshot off the exit of turn 2, and still challenging the 40 of Gillen, but the 1 of Robinson to the inside, taking it 3 wide with 28 of Boyles and 40 of Gillen.
Sean, we got a race battle up front. Ken Ladd to the inside of Zachary Kraser. Ken Ladd is going to take over the race lead here with 15 laps to go. Zachary Kraser, he is going to do the crossover. He's going to get back down underneath. It was a drag race to the start-finish line. Ken Ladd led that lap. Here comes Zachary Kraser as they are side by side in turn 1.
Oh, Dave, they make contact. Ken Ladd goes sideways. Whoa, man, what a save. Oh, more sideways again. Oh, he hits the wall. He spins out. Oh, he gets a piece of the 1 of Garrett Robinson. Oh man, that caution flies on lap 123. Heavy smoke from Ken Ladd. Let's back up on Ladd and see what happened.
Well, as we take a look at our Dre Broadcasting instant replay here, focusing on Ken Ladd, as him and Zachary Kraser come together. Ken Ladd almost saved it twice. Fortunately, just right up into the outside wall. Garrett Robinson getting a piece of that. Oh, that is highly unfortunate there for Ken Ladd. He was having a heck of a run here tonight.
Oh man, absolutely. That was unfortunate for Ken Ladd indeed. Very, very sudden turn of events for Mr. Ladd, but still very determined. He will be very determined to come back and get the job done still. Next race at Kentucky Speedway. And I'm not sure whether or not Ken Ladd had used his backup truck, so do not count him out just yet. Before too long, he will be on pit road, and we'll find out exactly whether or not he has that backup truck handy. But going up front, Zachary Kreiser still leading. Well, he took over the race lead. Marty Ray second, Tommy Amasi third. Tommy Haynes third, Garrett Robinson fourth, and Cody McFadden in that fifth place position. And rounding up the top five. And Dave, this is good news for Tommy Haynes and Joshua Gillen, because now they should be able to save enough gas to make it.
The question is anybody going to pit?
Oh!
Leader stays out, but almost everybody behind him down on pit road. Oh man, this is going to make it interesting.
Oh, yes it will, Dave, because the leader up front, Kreiser, will have 11 laps more on his tires compared to the majority of the field. This could be a bad thing, could be a good thing, but either way, we will find out. But all the best to Zachary Kreiser. And one driver gets the wave around the pace car, the lucky dog. That is 69 of Kerry Cleaver. Kerry Cleaver back on the lead lap when it matters the most, with only 12 laps remaining on lap 125. And status check on Ken Ladd, ladies and gentlemen. Good news, Ken Ladd, brand new machine. Yes, he still has that backup truck. He is rolling off pit road as we speak. So Ken Ladd is still in it to win it. Yeah, but Ken Ladd will be starting below the top 20 here. On the upcoming restart, and Hunter McDaniel as well going down pit road. Actually, he's on pit road. He's been on pit road for a while now, over 50 seconds. And just like we had talked about there early on, he has seen better days. That machine is beat up in almost every single way possible, the rear and the front.
Yeah, this is going to shake things up here. 12 laps to go. Probably going to be going back green. Maybe let's take a look here with 10 to go. 10-lap shootout. What is going to happen?
And judging, not judging, but looking at the top four drivers, Zachary Kreiser, Cody McFadden, Dakota Craig, and Greg Bradshaw. Oh, actually including Bryce Whitson Jr. These drivers have over 10-lap older tires compared to everybody else. So I'm going to see exactly how this plays out. So this might be good news for Zachary Kreiser, because everybody else behind him, namely McFadden, Dakota Craig, Greg Bradshaw, and Bryce Whitson Jr. Could act as traffic for the faster drivers, or I should say the drivers with way newer tires, way grippier tires, namely Tommy Haynes all the way back to about Jim Kelly, Chris Voyos down the list. So that could be a good thing for Zachary Kreiser. So right now his biggest bet is to just get a heck of a restart to keep the drivers behind him for as long as they possibly can. And we have lost one more driver, unfortunately, the 81 of Travis Pryor, retiring early for the evening on lap 126 with 11 laps left. And last time we had checked, we only had 24 drivers on the lead lap, but now 25 drivers on the lead lap, with Hunter McDaniel being the final driver on the lead lap in the 25th place spot. And he's been surprisingly still been able to maintain the race lead. Not the race lead, but the lead lap. He's still been able to stay on the lead lap despite having the damage the last 2-3 cautions that we've had here tonight. But looks like McDaniel going down pit road one more time, so his pit crew can continue working on the machine.
Well, we are back 1 to green, 10 laps to go. So we are getting the green flag with 9 laps. 9-lap shootout tonight. Top 5, older tires. 6th place and back, all fresh tires and a full tank of fuel. How's this going to turn out?
We had spoken to the 74 of Greg Bradshaw, who talked about how the machines seem to be handling quite well, or holding up quite well when it comes to tire wear. So maybe it might not be too bad of a thing for the top 5 drivers here who are on older tires. At the same time, it just might be like David talked about. Everybody behind them is on fresh stickers while they're on way older tires. So fingers crossed, ladies and gentlemen, put those seatbelts on. Less than 10 laps to go, and a 9-lap shootout coming up. So put those 3, 4, 5 seatbelts on and hang on tight. It will be a bumpy ride, literally. Exiting turn 4, going green this time by, well, Dave, do the honors.
As the pace car dips off, green flag is out. They are hard on the throttle as we are back. Green flag racing here at AutoClub.
Yep, Zachary Kreiser gets a very, very great restart, and McFadden now under pressure from the 98 of Dakota Craig, who will lead a big nose and most likely clears him. Yes, he clears him entering turn 1, and McFadden goes from 2nd place to 3rd place here in only one turn, turn number 1, and 98 of Dakota Craig now trying to catch 39 of Zachary Kreiser. He does go high. He set himself up for the perfect entrance to turn number 3 for a great exit off turn 4. But Kreiser still stays low to try and defend that race lead against the 98 of Dakota Craig. But Dakota Craig is staying high, and McFadden to his inside, side by side. Slingshot engaged off turn 4 by Dakota Craig and maintains 2nd place against 64 of McFadden. And look at that, Greg Bradshaw under fire from 17 of Tommy Haynes, 1 of Robinson, and the 40 of Joshua Gillen. Bradshaw trying to catch a groove, trying to get a grip right now as we speak. He goes up high to behind the 17 of Tommy Haynes with a draft help from him, and Marty Ray drafting this 74 of Greg Bradshaw. Oh man, almost contact between 1 of Robinson and 17 of Haynes, but no harm done, and Bradshaw goes to the inside to maintain that spot against the 40 of Gillen, but then goes back up high. So much side by side going on, and Marty Ray going 3 wide between the 74 of Bradshaw and the 40 of Gillen. It's now 3 wide, Marty Ray, Bradshaw, and the 86 of Eisenhower. But they do end up going double wide. No, Bradshaw is backing it down. He has lost a lot of spots from 4th place to about 9th place here in only a matter of laps. And Adam Eisenhower is still in it to win it. There early on, I thought he had used his backup truck, but nope, he is back on the track. He is still in it to win it, and now trying to pounce on the 40 of Joshua Gillen. And the caution flies with 7 laps remaining this time around. Can I see exactly what might have been the cause of the incident?
Well, it looks like that's going to involve the 05 of Tommy Amassi as we pull up the Dre Broadcasting Instant Replay. Taking a look here, Tommy Amassi 3 wide with Ken Ladd and Gary Woolworth. Also, Bryce Woodson Jr. there is contact between Ken Ladd and Tommy Amassi. Oh, big wreck. Some heavy damage for the 10 and the 05. Also, the 71 also involved.
Oh, most definitely, man. Some 3 wide action going on there. But yeah, very unfortunate for all drivers involved in that. And that will shake things up. We're going to have a 3 lap shootout coming up here before too long. And unfortunately, we have lost another driver, 71 of Chris Thorman, retiring early. Well, not really early, retiring here with about 6-7 laps remaining in tonight's race. Very, very unfortunate, but a heck of a race on his part tonight. But up front, Zachary Kreiser in the lead, 98, Dakota Craig 2nd, Cody McFadden 3rd, Garrett Robinson 4th, Joshua Gillen 5th, Adam Eisenhower 6th, Marty Ray 7th, Tommy Haynes 8th, Garrett Helmlinger 9th, and Greg Bradshaw in the 10th place spot, rounding up the top 10. And let's get a race interview in here with 5 laps remaining with 23 of Jim Kelly. Well, ladies and gentlemen, we are being joined up in the Dre Broadcasting booth by the 23 of Jim Kelly. Get a cup there, Jim.
Hey guys, how you doing?
Good, how are you?
Oh, I'm hanging in there.
Oh, 10-4 to that. And tonight, man, we've pretty much seen you just buying your time, just taking it while you can. But how's been your race this far?
It was a little shaky in the beginning, but luckily I was able to gain my 1 lap down back, put myself back up in 17th.
Oh, 10-4, man. Very, very glad to hear about that. And Jim, tonight you guys performed a lot of green flag pit stops. How was that experience for you?
Yeah, I mean, it was a little tricky to stay on track with everybody and try to get that lap back, but I did manage to do so. I was able to stay out one of the cautions and pick it back up.
Oh, 10-4, man. Very glad to hear about that. And Jim, this is your first appearance in the truck series here with the Extreme Motorsports 99. With that said, man, how's been your season this far?
First couple races started off a little rocky. Didn't get to finish them up, but the last one was pretty strong. And this one so far, I can't complain. You know, coming from where I was to finish in the top 20, I'm happy with this.
Oh, copy that, man. As long as you're happy, we're happy, and you've been doing an amazing job week after week, and keep up the great work, man. That is very, very commendable. And here you are going to be restarting in that 17th place position with about a 2 to 3 lap shootout coming up. So what are your plans for lap 136, man? What are your plans for the green flag?
Survive. Hopefully the crowd in front of me wrecks out. I can part the seas and maybe pick up some more spots. Just going to be patient.
Oh, 10-4, brother. Well, congrats on your success here tonight so far, Jim. I look forward to seeing you in Victory Lane.
Thanks for having me in the tower.
And that was the 23 of Jim Kelly with the Gillen Motorsports Racing Team with Dakota Craig and Joshua Gillen. He is currently in the 17th place position behind the 43 of Tyler Laureano. But going back up front here, we are still being led by Zachary Kreiser, and now coming to the 3 to go mark. And new viewer tuning in to the chat, Brandon Slow. Welcome back, Brandon. Good to see you again. We're doing well. Hope you're doing well too. Moment of truth, ladies and gentlemen, moment of truth. We are back 1 to green, a 2-lap shootout coming up. 1 lap to get up to speed and 1 lap to race it out for the white flag. Zachary Kreiser with the help of McFadden on the inside line. On the outside, Dakota Craig with the help of the 1 of Garrett Robinson. The gloves are off, ladies and gentlemen. The next flag ends the race. So who will bring this thing home? Is Zachary Kreiser going to be able to bring this thing home for his 2nd win of the season? Or is Dakota Craig going to have his first win right here at AutoClub? And a lot of hungry lions, McFadden, Garrett Robinson, Joshua Gillen, Adam Eisenhower, Tommy Haynes, Marty Ray, Garrett Hamlinger, Greg Bradshaw, and a lot more drivers further down that list. Not going to count out anybody just yet. So, ladies and gentlemen, put on your seatbelts. It will be an even bumpier ride. And once again, the gloves are off. At this point, the drivers are either going to bring the steering wheel home or the checkered flag home, and nothing in between. Green flag coming up. The pace car is off. Kreiser finds that gas, but gets a very, very good restart against 98 of Dakota Craig, who will defend the inside line. But 3rd place, driver McFadden under fire from the 1 of Robinson, side by side before turn 1 here this time by. And Adam Eisenhower goes to the inside lines again on the inside of 1 of Robinson. Oh, looks like they are side by side. He has him, and they will stay side by side throughout turns 1 and 2 on the exit of 2 slingshot off the 1 of Robinson off turn number 2. While the 86 of Eisenhower is being pushed by the 40 of Joshua Gillen.
Yeah, coming up, they're going to be taking the white flag here. Zachary Kreiser leading. Tell you what, right here, the biggest battle, Cody McFadden, Dakota Craig, side by side. Right behind him, Adam Eisenhower, Garrett Robinson, side by side. Got a lot of battles here. Who wants it more? Who's going to take it? Joshua Gillen back there. Marty Ray's back there. White flag in the air.
And 3 wide for second place here. Actually, third place, we have Adam Eisenhower, 98, Dakota Craig, and the one of Garrett Robinson. They do end up going back, single foul. Oh, the one of Garrett Robinson and the that's going to be the 98 of Craig. Both get into the wall and lose a lot of speed, momentum, and a couple of spots. But up front here, McFadden is trying to hold off. That's going to be the 86 of Adam Eisenhower and the 40 of Joshua Gillen with a big run. Oh, Joshua gets in the back of the 86 of Adam Eisenhower to give him a bump drop, gets into the wall, the exit of turn 4, and 86 of Adam Eisenhower will go sideways. But up front, Zachary Kreiser brings this thing home unchallenged. McFadden second, Joshua Gillen third, Marty Ray fourth, and Dakota Craig in the 5th place position. Holy cow, what a finish. Oh man, that was a heck of a race here tonight, ladies and gentlemen. But we're gonna ride with the winner here tonight, Zachary Kreiser, for his 2nd win of the season. So hopefully we're gonna see a smoke show. And also stay tuned for interviews between among the top 3 drivers and a special guest, Zachary Kreiser, Cody McFadden, Joshua Gillen, and a special guest. So please stay tuned. Well, ladies and gentlemen, we are being joined up in the Dre Broadcasting booth by the top 3 drivers. Marty Ray, Zachary Kreiser, Cody McFadden, Joshua Gillen, including a special guest, the 51 of Paul Davis. We're going to start with tonight's race winner, 39 of Zachary Kreiser with the Outlaw Jaeger Racing Team, having his 2nd win right here at AutoClub Speedway. How are you doing tonight, Zach?
Hey, how you doing tonight, Sean?
Oh, doing good, man. How are you?
It was a hard-fought win, but it's glad to be back in victory lane here in AutoClub.
Oh man, we can only imagine the feeling, and man, it was a heck of a race on your part like you had talked about, and very, very eventful indeed. But tell us about your experience, man.
This was definitely an up and down race. It was a green flag there for most of the race there. Had a good 39 Crown Royal Toyota. Was just trying to just keep up on the pit strategy there. Unfortunately got into the wall there a little bit, midway through the race and kind of set us back there, but fought back up there, got a little pit strategy, and was in the right place at the right time.
Oh man, sounds very eventful. And when it comes to the pit strategy that you talked about there, Zach, we noticed that for the first through first through third round of pit stops, the first pit stop you decided to take 4 tires, second pit stop 2 tires, and the third pit stop again took 4 tires. Could you conclude that that was a good strategy looking at it now?
Yeah, actually, that was pretty much my strategy. I thought the 10 truck on that first stop was taken 2, and he was pretty fast. So, that second stop there, we took 2 tires, and actually the truck was ran better on older tires than it did newer tires. So, I was pretty much any time after that. Last few pit stops only took 2, and actually the last pit stop didn't take any. So, for some reason this truck was just better on the long runs with worn tires. So.
Oh man, copy that. Yeah, it looks like a very great strategy indeed, and great driving on your part, making up a lot of lost time during the misfortune that they talked about hitting the wall and losing a lot of time as a result and getting some damage from it. But a very amazing show on your part overall tonight. Well, Zach, any final words you'd like to give before we let you go, man?
Just again, thank you guys for broadcasting this the truck series here. Thanks for the admin. I know we were a little short on admins this week, but Mike did a great job. Rick for giving us Extreme, and again, Outlaw Jaeger Racing. It was my teammate Curtis didn't have a great race today, but he still salvaged I think a top 15. So just happy to have the 39 Crown Royal back in victory lane, and I'd just like to shout out to Matt Welsenbach as well. There, this one's for you, buddy.
Well, congrats on your success tonight. Again, there's Zachary Kreiser, and see you again after next week at Kentucky Speedway. Go celebrate. You earned it.
Thanks, Sean. Take care.
That was Outlaw Jaeger Racing driver Zachary Kreiser. But next in line is the 64 of Cody McFadden, a rookie this season in the Truck Series. Well, he did come in half of the Truck Series last season, but he is here tonight as well. Cody McFadden, got a copy?
Yes, sir.
How you doing tonight?
I'm doing great. How are you doing?
Oh, doing good too, thank you. Well, Cody, tonight was a heck of an appearance on your part. We saw you pretty much just battling in every single spot that you were in. But give us a rundown of your race tonight, your experience.
The beginning of the race I thought went really well, running up in the top 3 during those green flag pit stops, and then I made a little mistake, got onto the apron there and lost it and brought out that caution that ended that long green flag run. So that was kind of bad, and felt bad for everybody else because they kind of ruined the race there, I felt like. But I was just happy to get back up through there and come home second tonight.
Almost definitely, man. Very sorry to hear about your misfortune there early on at one point. And Cody, tell us about your experience when it comes down to the long run. You've been known to have been, you were a very, very fast driver in the long run in the Pro K&N series. Are you finding yourself living up to the exact same long run with the Truck series, or do you think it's kind of a challenge, more of a challenge here?
I definitely think it's more of a challenge. I felt like a couple races this year, I could have got top 3s again, but caution comes out late and we're in the middle of pit stops and kind of taking those away. But I just try to be smooth and keep the truck underneath me and make sure I'm there at the end in those long runs too.
Oh, copy that, brother. Well, tonight, a heck of a success on your part once again, and we look forward to seeing your first win the next race at Kentucky Speedway. And any final words before they go celebrate? Any final words?
Yeah, I'd like to thank Performance Motorsports. They let me join the team this year, so I'm excited about that, and getting to work with them and learn some new strategies and just talk about racing. So thank them, and thank all the admins and Extreme Motorsports and you guys up there in the booth for putting on a good broadcast.
Well, congrats on your success once again there, Cody, and look forward to seeing you again after next week at Kentucky Speedway, and do the Performance Motorsports team very proud.
Alrighty, thank you.
And that was Cody McFadden. And next in line is a driver having success day after day, I should say. Last night in the K&N series and tonight in the Truck series. The 40 of Joshua Gillen. Gotta go up there, Josh.
Yes, sir. How you doing?
Good, how are you?
A little nervous after that one.
Man, I can only imagine. And at one point, Josh, we noticed that both you and the 17 of Tommy Haynes for the last round of pit stops decided to not pit in, but gambled and stayed out, saved some gas under the caution. Tell us about the experience and what made you so sure that it would work out like it did.
Well, I done it last night in the K&N series and pretty much got from the back to the front. This race though, I had to wait later on into the run to use my quick repair, and I think that second to last caution again, I went ahead and took my quick repair, 2 tires with everybody, and just prayed that I could get what I could get.
Oh, most definitely, man, and definitely a very successful outcome as a result of that. A heck of a race on your part. Yeah, having some damage there early on in the race for more than half the race, and getting that brand new Kobe eye paints machine Chevy Silverado out, and did some damage tonight, finishing in third place behind the 64 of Cody McFadden. And last night, George, we talked about how last night in the might have been your turning point in the Pro K&N series. And maybe this is a turning point too in this series?
I'm hoping so, man. I just love this track. I think this is the best track I can run all year other than my home track, Talladega.
Oh, copy that, man. Very glad to hear that indeed. Well, great job and success last night, and tonight here in the track series. And look forward to seeing you on the podium again next race at Kentucky Speedway. And before we let you go, celebrate, man. Any final words?
I just got to thank my sponsors, Kobe Eye Paint and Advanced Auto Parts, and then everybody's watching, especially y'all with Extreme, Dre Broadcasting, and then I'm glad to see Brandon's gonna be back in 2 weeks.
Well, congrats on your success there again, Josh, and look forward to seeing you at Kentucky Speedway doing the Gillen Motorsports. Very proud. Have a good night.
You too, sir.
And that was the 40 of Joshua Gillen. But now we are moving on to our special guest tonight. First race for him in the track series, the 51 of Paul Davis. Get a cup there, Paul. Paul Davis, get a cup there, buddy. Oh, unfortunately, we won't be able to get a word in with the 51 of Paul Davis, but we will try again next race at Kentucky Speedway. We got rounds up interviews, top 3 drivers, Zachary Kreiser, Cody McFadden. So Zachary Kreiser's second win, Cody McFadden finished second tonight, and Joshua Gillen finishes third tonight on the podium again after finishing on the podium last night in the Pro K&N series. It was a heck of a race here tonight, and we were glad that we were able to bring it to you live right here on the Dre Broadcasting Network. And I saw in the chat there a while back, I was not able to comment on it just yet, but Brandon Slow typed something about him getting involved in a road traffic accident with getting hit by a drunk driver with his machine rolling 4 times. Brandon Slow, man, we are sorry to hear about that, but glad you're doing all right, and look forward to seeing your return after next week at Kentucky in the Pro K&N series. And ladies and gentlemen, hope you guys enjoyed the show here tonight by the Extreme Motorsports 99.com Camping World Truck Series, and for the Auto Club 20th anniversary, round 7, but round 8 coming up after next week, December 12th, because next week Extreme is off for iRacing maintenance for the Buckle Up in Your Trucks 225. That's the Buckle Up in Your Trucks 225 at Kentucky Speedway. Well, Dave, any final words?
It was a great race. It's turning out to be a wonderful season here this year.
Oh, most definitely, man. And as usual, like the drivers always talk about, the competition seems to be getting stiffer. I should say it seems to be getting more intense with every single season. Every driver is every driver gets better. We've seen a lot of rear pack runners become mid pack runners to front pack runners. So yeah, we've seen a lot of drivers really grow in the last couple of seasons that we've been here with the Extreme Motorsports 99, and that is amazing. Well, I am Sean Zulu and David Everly behind the cameras. Check out the Extreme Motorsports 99 on their website, extrememotorsports99.com. Drop the first E in Extreme and start with the X, extrememotorsports99.com. I am Sean Zulu and David Everly behind the cameras, and see you for round 8, December 12th here in the track series. But the next broadcast is on Wednesday night, tomorrow night actually. Joe White and David Everly on the online sim racing network, bringing you live action from the Extreme Motorsports 99.com Xfinity series. And the next broadcast on the Dre Broadcasting Network is on Thursday night with the Upper Edge Racing Cup series. We hope to see you guys then. Thanks for watching and have a good night.